Okay, I'll blow this up. Maybe that's good enough. Okay. Good morning, everybody. If you'll please rise for the pledge of allegiance and follow along with prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Commissioner Williams, please lead us in prayer.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day that you have granted us. Father, be with us today as we do the business of Mills County. Father, thank you for the rain you have bestowed upon Mills County. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. So good morning again. We have a quorum. We have Commissioner Head is out today. Everybody's recovered from their Super Bowl weekend. And we will go to number 2, review and act on minutes of January 22nd, 2024.
One main correction I had was on it misspelling on net on precinct 4 should be new. And then it should be not workshop at the top of the page. Somebody's already made those corrections.
Okay. Commissioners, any other questions regarding the minutes from January 22nd?
Make a motion, we approve the minutes from January the 22nd, 2024.
Okay, motion has been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the minutes from January 22nd.
Second it.
Second's been made by Commissioner Wright. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't ask that. Commissioner Parks abstaining because he's not at that meeting that day. So we got 3 in favor, 1 abstaining. Motion passes. Got it? Number 3, audience with individuals. I don't think anyone has signed up today. Moving on, number 4, review and act on accounts payables. Commissioners, if you'll look into your accounts payables, please.
Page 4, precinct 1. Second item. Says to Debbie Gerba.
So in order to get the tags, we had to pay for the fee, and so she paid for it out of her pocket, so it could happen faster. Yep.
All I know, Jason, I had the tags, they were ready and
Well, I just didn't, you just don't see Debbie Gerber on precinct 1's bills. That's what
I didn't know she did that.
Yeah.
You know,
The other thing I want to make note of, and Alan, I've talked about it, is it's split between precinct 3 and 4 was the shredder tractor desk system that froze up, that pump froze up on that tractor on that last freeze. The sensor had busted or wasn't working correctly and it froze up, and it was cheaper to get the whole new thing than it was. It's only $150 more than to get the whole thing than it was just to fix the sensor. So because
Okay.
it's all one thing. Go to the road and bridge special, page 8, that last one, Southern Tire Mart, those tires. That is for new front drive tires on the KW. And 2 tires and a wheel that went on the haul trailer. So the haul trailer now has a spare tire.
Okay.
And it is all.
drivers enjoyed that too. When they used it the other day, we used it with that spare there. It's awful nice.
Put it to the back. We can always take it off if it seems to get.
And it looks good.
Okay, anything else on accounts payables?
Make a motion to approve the accounts payable.
Motion has been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the accounts payables. I'll second that motion. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the accounts payable, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Consent agenda. Commissioners, go through, as you see in our monthly consent agenda, monthly county treasurer's report, MCAT report, county district clerk report, county tax collection, county extension agent report, facilities report, sheriff's office, JP, county judges receipts, Hamilton EMS, and DSO reports. So I'll give you all a few minutes to go through that. If you have any questions, please bring them up.
I know it's a little early to be concerned, but maybe not. Taxes from the MCAD is still a little bit low.
Yeah, but they're coming in. I think that report was delayed a little bit. I talked to the new chief appraiser, Connie. And everything seems to be on.
Back on track.
Yeah, on track, because the report was generated a little early, which may not include all the ones late in January that were paid.
That's good enough.
Yeah, so we're not there, it's not like a large increase in default, and plus, some of that percentage was some of these other wind turbines that came in right at the end of January money.
So that goes into a different line of pilot payments.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I know it was in separate, but they still, some of those payments came in a little late, what I'm saying is it's, Yeah.
But it goes
But
into the pilot payment
the
line.
pop payment came to us.
This is taxes only.
The money, yes, that,
I'm saying
not-
74%. Yes.
Last 15 days. But pilot payments are its own line in the budget itself, and those two payments were made in February.
Yes. And I see that community center will be average. Is that Julie Pendergraph? Is that just temporary or? do you-
Interim, yes,
So she's gonna be,
interim, we're hoping prayers to Miss Billy, she broke her leg, so hopefully she can come back soon.
we want to discuss later on the camera system or do we discuss it during this?
I was gonna give a report, my judge's report towards the end, but whatever you want to do, Commissioner Williams.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. I was gonna give the latest update. Mr. Guy Burns is here in case I don't have the answers for something.
The only other one I want to make note of, if y'all didn't notice, is the Mills County EMS report. Mills County average response time was way up. The response time affected by attempts to locate.
Yeah.
Have another- Or, I have nothing further.
Nothing further on consent. Commissioners, any other questions or comments? Hearing none, I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda. Second's been made by Commissioner Williams. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Moving down to the action agenda, number 5, consider and act on confirmation of appointment for the Assistant Veterans Service Officer. Mr. Craig Wright, Tim Darnell are here today. And what we're doing, we're just making sure we go through the proper way to do this. I don't think we had done this before as far as making him the assistant DSO officer. So Mr. Darnell has been doing this duty for a while. And you see on the next one, we're gonna have him put on the checking account. So Craig, anything I need to prep with that? Tim, I know he's done a great job. Anything that I need to add to this? You might come up to the microphone, Craig, just so our YouTube folks can hear everything.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
If you don't know me, I'm Craig Wright. I've been veteran county service officer since July of 2019. I don't know if you're familiar with the state of Texas, the way it regulates VCSOs. In the state of Texas, if you have a county population of 225,000 or more, you're required to have a VCSO. If you're not, it's voluntary. This county volunteered to pay for one. Okay, that's the way it works in Texas. We're lucky we have two. Because Tim is very good. There are two levels of veteran service officers. You're either certified or accredited. You're certified, you can write claims for veterans, but you can't interface with the VA. You have to have someone accredited to do it. You have to take 12 hours of training every year, plus 5 hours with the VA. You have to take an accreditation test every year, certification test. And Tim has gone through it's a difficult process, and he's doing very well. He's learning the job very quickly. And I just want to briefly give you a summarization of what we've done. Something interesting here. I went to the state of Texas website associated with counties, okay, to show you our population. Mills County in 2010 had a population of 4,969. They had 417 veterans. Starting in January 2024, our population is 4,506. We've gone down 9.32%, but we have 385 veterans. That's 8% of the population in Mills County.
Large percentage.
That's correct. Now, I'll tell you a comparison. Travis County, okay? 1,362,320 people, 55,000 veterans, 4% are veterans. That's it. So the rural counties have a lot more veterans. And we have average open claims of about 25 claims a month. Right now, we're at about 35. Last year, we opened a claim for 90 veterans. And we don't do it just for the veterans in Mills County. I assist a guy in San Saba County with some of these veterans. I've received calls from veterans as far away as Montana, word of mouth from a veteran that lives here. And I don't mind helping them if y'all have a problem with that. I got into them. So we've had a lot of success. It's a very difficult process to deal with the VA. But I'm looking forward to working with Tim. And when I do retire one of these years, he'd be totally qualified to take over.
Okay. Commissioners, any questions for Mr. Wright? Here and then I'll make a motion that we approve Tim Darnell as Assistant Veteran Service Officer.
Second.
Second's been made. I made a motion, second by Commissioner Williams. Any other discussion? All those in favor of making Tim Darnell Assistant Veteran Service Officer, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. And hang loose, Craig, number 6, we're gonna consider an act to add Tim Darnell, Assistant Veteran Service Officer, as co-signer on the Veteran Service Office checking account. So anything I need to prep for that? Pretty simple.
Just to explain what that is for y'all, we started receiving donations from the general jury donations. They have a choice of taking the money that they're paid for the day, whatever, they decide to donate to the veterans. So I open an account in case veterans need assistance. Right now, we're up to about $400, but it's a 2-signature protection platform.
Good.
And we have it there just in case.
Okay. Richard, any questions? Mike?
No questions. I think it's great.
Yeah, you're doing a great job out there. A lot of compliments on it. So thanks for looking at everybody. Well, thank you. Okay.
Do we, listen, would.
Make a motion that we add Tim Darnell, Assistant VSO, as a co-signer to the Veteran Service Office checking account.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Williams to add Mr. Tim Darnell checking account, second by Commissioner Williams. All those in favor say aye.
I motion.
Wait.
Dale second.
Yes, we, he motioned, he second.
He second, so motion by Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner Portland, and we took a vote, and everybody was a unanimous vote. Okay, number 7, discussion on April 8th, 2024 solar eclipse. Miss Holly, good morning, come on up here.
I got something for y'all to pass down one each. Alright, everybody knows who I am, but I'll introduce myself for the record. My name is Holly Ragsdale. I work for the Texas Division of Emergency Management, and I'm Mills County's liaison officer. So what I have passed to you, I know you've seen it all on the sheriff's Facebook, we've gone to a couple of businesses, we can get to every business this week. This is just a flyer that the sheriff's office and myself just kind of made and directed at a Mills County perspective. You'll see there, we have timing and duration for Goldthwait, Mullen, Pretty, and Star. So that kind of gives you an accurate, not, just a estimated time of when this is gonna happen on April 8th. Currently, we had a meeting about 2 weeks ago. I had a fire chiefs meeting. I'm really working now to get personnel list, resource list. And I am gonna be contacting each of y'all this next week about who you're gonna have staff that weekend or that Monday. So that I can have a generalized list. So we have it at the sheriff's office, we have it available at a state level as well, just in case whatever happens. I think we put in their packets, the STAR requests that we requested copies of them. I will advise you, we have requested them. They are not approved. They're not approved yet. But the request we made from the state level, is DPS troopers, some Tech Dot resources like fuel pods, signs. We requested some Texas Forest Service mutual aid strike teams, things of that sort. We are focusing on public safety. I have not been advised if anybody's doing any large events and everything. I know of one place that's gonna have a few people housed that weekend, but I haven't heard of anything else. And again, we really request that if y'all hear anything or know your neighbors or house people, please let us and myself, sheriff's office know, so that we can, if we have a fire, whatever, we know how many people to expect in that property. Like I said, we had that meeting a couple weeks ago. It was primarily a discussion just to answer questions and concerns. We're a little less than 2 months away now. So I will advise you as well, City Council, City of Goldthwait, did approve the shutdown of Old Pretty Road from where the sheriff's office EMS drive-in right there, all the way down to First Street. That will be closed to the full public that Sunday at 9 p.m. and will be closed through Monday, 9 p.m. Now, residents will be allowed to go in and out there, but you have to be a resident of that area. The general public will not be allowed. My main reason for that is making sure our EMS and sheriff's office can get wherever they need to go. And then also the city council kind of believed, they've had issues with individuals going over the railroad track and getting stuck and things of that sort. So that was another thing. The city has closed the city park. They will leave the bathrooms open, and they are considering or trying to get porta potties to put near the highway for need or anything like that. There will be limited access to the airport and limited access to the golf course. Of course, emergency services have the first to the airport, if we ever need help or whatever in that sort. The cemetery, the city cemetery will be closed to the public that Monday, just for precaution. And that was all approved in the city council meeting, I believe, last week. So, or the week before, excuse me. So those are the things that the city council approved. So just to make y'all aware of that. I'm trying to think what else. Again, we're trying to pass these flyers out. On March 15th, we plan on meeting with the community center at lunchtime, just to speak with those individuals that come and eat lunch, just to prep them. Again, and y'all understand this, we don't know if we're gonna get 10 people or we're gonna get 10,000 people. But history repeats itself, and we keep going back to Wyoming 2017, and they did not prepare for this. And it was complete chaos. So we are just making sure that our public is safe. At the end of the day, this is gonna be a local thing. All these people leave, guess who gets to clean it up? We do. So that's our concerns. I'm trying, I mean, I have a meeting tomorrow at a state level about some things, so whatever I have, I will bring back to you guys. Do you have any questions, concerns, anything that has come up since the last time? It's been a while since we all chatted. So I know the judge has been in like my fire chief's meeting, stuff like that, but do you guys have anything for me? That was my main thing.
So maybe I wasn't paying attention to other meetings, but are we supposed to have Ronnie to work on that weekend?
That is up to you.
Okay, you just.
That is up to you,
So-
yes. So if you don't, that's fine, just make sure I would like to know to put on my list. But if you feel like you want to have 1 or 2 people at your barn, whatever, that's, just let me know. Cause that's what I'm doing right now, is working up a plan for a state level. So if we do get these resources, we have a plan to provide the governor and provide the state.
You might explain the emergency order I sent to Governor Abbott. Now, we won't find out till a week or 2 weeks before, correct?
Right, so the letter that Judge Johnson sent was pretty much an FYI letter to the governor stating that right before this event happens, he will be sending a disaster declaration for the county. Every county in my 7 county, as of right now, except Coriel, they're doing their own thing, they're leaning that way. Their county judge is sending a disaster declaration. Judge Yates in Hamilton is doing it. Judge Foley in San Saba, they are all sending a disaster deck. But they sent in that FYI letter to the governor just stating, be prepared. And we are sending you these requests. We highly need these requests for public safety needs. There was a certain wording that we had him do so that it focuses on a public safety need, because that's exactly what we need. We aren't having large events on a county or city level, but Lampasas is having a huge music festival and having all kinds of, parties that whole weekend. Gatesville, Coriel County's having NASA. They've sold thousands of tickets already. So we are worried about the traffic coming in and out. We have 2 large highways that get stocked up on a Friday afternoon anyways. So that is our main concern, is the amount of people in and out of our county.
We'll be having more and more meetings for this
Yes.
event, so yes.
So yes, so I will be calling you all this week. Like I said, I have that meeting tomorrow and I will be calling you. Now, if you feel like you want to have someone at your precinct that weekend, that's fine. That's not up to me. That's up to you guys and y'all's discussion. But just know that is an option, just let me know if it does become an option for you so that I can list it on our plan that we send to the governor. So he knows we have someone on staff in that area.
Okay, any other questions? And one, well, go ahead. Well,
I have been on like your old pretty road closure except for resident. How's that gonna be controlled?
So we discussed that with the fire departments. We had a fire chiefs meeting last week. We're hoping, and it sounds like David Swartz will have, a couple volunteers manning those entrances. So
Park and restroom.
that was a city decision. That was their discussion in city council. I just gave y'all the
The
information.
park's closed, but you can use the restroom, the park's on.
working distributors.
So yes, that was the information that was approved in city council. I'm providing you the information on that. So yes.
One thing, well, one thing I was gonna pass Commissioner Rob, one time we talked about extra fuel pods being housed at his precinct barn. The last meeting or 2 we've had, we've changed the mind, need a more secure spot. So the extra fuel right now is gonna be in the impound yard at the sheriff's department.
So that was a discussion at the meeting and at the fire chiefs meeting. We did request, but not approved again, 2 fuel pods, 500 gallons each, 1 for diesel, 1 for gas. And it was discussed to house the diesel at your property. But the thing is, we really need a secure area. So that discussion did come up to put it at the sheriff's office. And then when that road was closed off, that did give opportunity if needed for individuals in and out. So that's the process now. Now, if y'all have any ideas, questions, you please throw them at me. I'll take anything and everything.
First time, but go ahead.
Yeah, I would close the Regency Bridge. Mainly because anything you look at in the state of Texas, that bridge is very well publicized. And it's a very low weight limit anyway.
And if you look on Facebook, they have promoted that.
Yeah, there's
They have promoted to go to their.
campground out there is gonna have over 150 people out there.
I mean,
I don't,
even if I had to barricade it, I know the locals are not gonna like it, but it's better than a cave bridge.
I agree with you, but it has been promoted. It has been promoted to go out there and.
and I don't know how the text dot would do that.
I know, that would be, we would need
Yeah,
to
we need-
rope text dot into
And,
that.
and safety's main deal. Again, if you get all bunch of trucks and 500 people on the bridge, there is weight issue there, no doubt. So.
There's cars that pass on that bridge.
But I'm just worried about people wanting a better view. That's a very scenic area. Lining vehicles up from one end to the other and pedestrians and. I think it's worth protecting mainly because of the hoopla that went on with the bridge. Not just locally, I mean, Texas got the reporter, who in the United States don't watch that?
Exactly. Yeah, that's something we can loop into on that.
We'll keep looking at
That
that.
has to be their approval on that,
Okay,
but.
any other discussion? We'll be having more meetings with Holly in the next 2 months,
And
so.
again, I will be reaching out to each of y'all this week, so just be, surprised, don't be surprised if you see my phone, my name on your phone. But please call me at any time if you have any questions or anything.
Okay, Holly, thank you. Moving on, number 8, consider an act on accepting fuel material bids. Commissioner Williams,
Fuel and material, I do not know, would be receiving
I haven't received any.
any, they would have come, they were supposed to come your
I saw you had the notices in the paper, but I have not received any
I
that
don't-
I'm aware of.
I hadn't received any.
I had some calls on the material deal from the people we get material from. They say wanted to bid, they didn't have to, they just had any questions.
Nothing's in the post office. I went Friday, so I've not received anything that I'm aware of in the judge's office, Commissioner Williams.
Well, then I make a motion that receiving no bids for fuel or material that we table this for no action.
Okay, motion has been made by Commissioner Williams to table this with no action regarding the fuel and material bids. I'll second that motion. Any other discussion? Done.
Got to vote.
We need to vote still? I'll make it, okay. All those in favor of tabling the fuel material bid, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
No,
One opposed. So we've got 3 in favor, 1 opposed. Got it?
Why are you opposing it? There's no bids.
that's the whole deal. We've never received the bid, Jason, from the count, I mean,
Okay, so
that I'm aware of.
No, we haven't, and this is something we got written up in an audit year before last, and we are not going out for bids, but we're paying people over the $50,000 limit. This is just covering our time in, so to speak, so nobody has to respond to it. We only have to put it out there for bids. We did, yes, so we have done all we can possibly do in regards to covering the county as far as the audit goes, and that's why we're doing this.
So why are we tabling it? Why won't we just vote on it, either
Because there's no bid.
accept it or not?
If we'd gotten some bids on, they would go
Yeah,
through
we
the
would
process
have
accepting
five.
the lowest bid. We didn't get any.
Okay, I misunderstood what
Okay.
we're trying to do, so I will vote.
Proper process is because when you table, I understand what Mike's saying. When you table something, that indicates you're gonna come back to it at a later date, which I don't think we're gonna come back to this at a later date. So I think instead of tabling it, there may be a motion that the bidding is closed.
Okay.
Is that?
That makes sense.
Yes.
Would that suit your purposes? you think?
Yes, but it's also stated in the bid, what day the bid closes, right?
It's said in the bid what day it closes and what day it's opened.
I probably,
It was supposed to be, the bid was supposed to receive for Friday, the 2nd, 2024 in the judge's office. Bids would be open today in court and approved or not approved.
If I kind of agree with Gerald, don't out there for somebody
Okay.
that's because she said that let's open it back up and have to go through the process again.
I'll make a motion that, the bids for fuel or opening for,
Wait.
Let's make sure we get this right here. Go ahead.
Thurman Head taught me parliamentary procedure a long time ago. And I didn't learn it real well back then. But, you've already got a motion to table that's been approved. So I think the first order would be to rescind that tabling motion and then take it up again and do the new motion.
Yes.
Unless somebody wants to argue with me on parliamentary procedure.
I think that's a good way to proceed.
I'm certainly open to that.
Okay, Commissioner Williams,
I make a motion that we rescind the last, motion.
Table.
The table.
I'll second it.
Okay, a motion has been made by Commissioner Williams to rescind that previous motion. A second's been made by Commissioner Parton. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, we ready to start again? Commissioner Williams, go ahead.
See if I can get this right. I make a motion that the opening bids for fuel and materials be closed for no, applications were turned in.
Okay. Commissioner Williams made a motion to close the bidding process. Second's been made by Commissioner Parton. Any other discussion? All those in favor of accepting that motion, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, 4-0. Thank you, County Attorney Hill and everybody. Got it. Number 9, discuss Cellbrite grant. Melissa, that's your deals, or who's that, Deputy Garza? Yeah. Hello, good morning, Chief Deputy Garza. Commissioners, you have something, it's got star with numbers on it, and Chief Deputy Garza is going to give us a little brief description of the Cellbrite grant.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
This is for the Cellbrite. It's a digital extraction software that a lot of agencies throughout state or even federal use to get evidence. Let me give you a little synopsis of what this Cellbrite does for law enforcement. Cellbrite insights allow agencies to lawfully unlock, decrypt, and extract critical digital evidence from the widest range of iOS and Android devices. Insights allows North County Sheriff Office investigators to unlock mobile devices anywhere from the lab to the crime scene. To collect the most evidence possible, users will be able to unlock phones via supersonic brute force as well as an AFU and VFU status. This means the North County Sheriff's Office does not need to waste valuable time on risk evidence being remotely wiped while transporting them back to the lab. The following proposal will directly impact the efficiency of the North County Sheriff's Office when it comes to digital forensics. The following solutions will improve North County's time, the evidence case closure, conviction rate, and talent for investigators. 86% of evidence come from digital sources. The digital sophistication of bad actors is outpacing the majority of teams. As a society, we see the heavy reliance on phones performing even the most mundane day-to-day tasks. The phone is a digital witness, and it is imperative that nothing is possible. These solutions will remove that. Basically, it's as I said, you extract information only through a search warrant of the sheriff's office. You can use this on any investigation. Okay. And originally, when we wrote the grant, like everything has gone up in price. Originally, it was originally, The grant, had was for about $4,000. Even though the grant only gave us $11,064.45. That's what we had in the grant. So the price went up, $2,435.55. So that's what we, the county, have to spend to get this type of software and reviews.
Okay. Okay, so, but it's not all software, is it?
I'm sorry?
It's not all software.
No, it's not all software. It comes with,
The ones that feel.
yeah, the training itself is $4,500.
Odds. Electric boards. A strike team. Well, that's what he said we're looking at, so that's what.
Although that's what we're looking at. Did we not get the, which one?
I'm here to discuss cell
So, my apologies.
Yeah.
Judge just said star.
Yeah.
Looking at it.
I was on the wrong part.
We don't have any. Grant.
Yeah, we don't do it.
No, the grants were approved through the commission report, a couple of months ago.
This is what we've been working on some.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and it's just discussion, what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
discussion, this is what we have, we have a grant approved. Okay, the total price of it now is $13,500. We have $11,064.45. So we will have to come out of pocket $24,3555 to get this equipment. We're not paying the $13,500. We're only paying $24,3555.
Does the law enforcement center have the means to fund?
We will find it somewhere.
After you've done a good job working on all these grants, I know it's a time consuming deal working on these grants.
Well, that makes sense. I was looking at that star.
Yeah.
And my gosh, I'm on a different page than you are from what the judge is.
Right, any other questions for Chief Deputy on the Cellbrite grant?
No. I just-
Certification. Okay,
The grant money is done through, it's
Yeah.
just not enough.
Yeah.
Yes, there's not. Well, and there was enough when we originally started, but the price goes up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chief Deputy, thank you. Moving on, number 10. Consider an act on order for primary elections on March 5th, 2024. Ms. Sonia, any comments you need to?
This is something that's been approved in court prior. Unfortunately, there was a mistake on the paperwork, and because it had to go through Commissioner's Court in order to make the correction. The first one that came through court had us open on that Monday, which was President's Day, and the state does not require the polling locations to be open on that Monday, the 19th. So this is the same order that you've approved with an update on the days.
Okay, Commissioner, any questions for Ms. Sonia?
So we don't need to make actually a motion just for the date change, is that correct?
Well, the order has to be approved by Commissioner's Court, and since the order has been changed, I would like you approve the updated order.
Okay. Commissioners, any questions for Ms. Sonia?
Did we not get into the same deal?
Yeah, I think you need a motion to vote to amend.
Somebody want to tackle that? Do you want me to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we rescind the previous. Amend. Make a motion that we amend the previous motion that was passed in Commissioner's Court for the order of the primary election.
In favor of whatever she said.
In favor of whatever she said,
Closing Monday, the 19th.
of being, do the state requirements that do the fact that we're closed on February 19th. Is why we're doing this. Is that a good enough motion?
Yes. I
So we understand that.
Second,
Okay, who seconded
It
it?
don't matter, me or mine, either one.
either one.
Whoever, Commissioner Williams made the second. All those in favor of the motion that I made, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, number 11, consider an act on tax SIRA service agreement. Folks, this is essentially the IT Department for TAC allows Jackie to keep any news or events updated on our webpage, which is what this SIRA agreement is. And each department can also update their own webpage for any information or news. And we've been using this system for over at least 3 years, posting agendas, notices, dockets, etc. And before our agreement with Goldsmith Solutions, SIRA TAC hosted our emails and website. Now, again, Goldsmith now handles our emails and the SIRA hosts our website. So I'll make a motion, we continue with the current agreement that we have with SIRA and continue with the current website package, which the standard website package is $1,550 per year. Okay?
That was the motion.
That was a motion, yes. Who said that?
I did.
Okay, motion's been made by me, second by Commissioner Williams. Any questions? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, moving on, number 12, consider an act on the I-3 master agreement for the JP's office. Ms. Kim, you want to come up and if there's any questions on this and give a little prep up on what this is? And I think we've been using this system, if I'm correct, since 2011.
Yes.
Roughly in your office. Go ahead, Kim.
Okay. What we have is it's already been in place, but it's a master agreement from I3, which is net data. And we just need to get it, I say it's been the budget, been approved. It's like 6,525. But I just want to make note, the last time that this was done was Judge Ed Smith, May 13, 2020. He had signed a non-appropriation clause on it for an addendum and shit. So this is just an update of what we already have in place.
And it's also known as net data. correct?
Yes.
Net data. And you might also give a brief description of what all that you use this for in your.
Yeah,
office.
that's our software that we use when we ever get tickets in from the sheriff's office or the DPS troopers. And we're able to put them into the system. And so when somebody calls, then we're able to use we have a credit card system and they pay over the phone or they come in person to do that. And we keep all of our cases on the system. Keeps us all in check. Any other questions?
We had this system prior to 2020?
Yes, this was in place and there's a letter I have here Ed Smith had in May 13, 2020 in the license agreement. And so it had been in place. And so it's just an update. They sent us a proposal. So we'd already gone through with in the budget, but we just need to update this form. So Judge Johnson will be the one signing off it.
Basically, updating our service agreement.
Right.
Yes.
So they good for 4 years?
Yes.
The only question I have is that it says this proposal was issued July the 29th of 2023. And then on your bill here that says 6,525, it says this is valid only for 90 days.
When I talk to the gentleman, it'll be in place for the full amount.
Oh, sorry, repeat it.
Yeah, it's already been paid. So we're just going as running through the agreement to get it signed too. It's been covered, just bringing it up before y'all, because it's a master agreement, like an interlocal agreement.
Okay, questions?
She might have it.
Yeah.
Well, how many days you have to have? It's kind of like doing it after.
So, and we did just until later, I found this from, what it is.
So when we sign this, the dates on it are 2023.
Well, he'll get it marked through, we'll put 2024, get a new document, so before judge signs it.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It's another page for the.
I think it was supposed to be signed
It was
with,
You
Well,
could ratify, a contract after the date, after the effect of it. as opposed to approving it prior to when it was signed. So I would think the motion should be more in the form of a ratification of the contract dated whatever day.
Getting all the stuff today.
Well, it's been a toughie today, yeah. Okay, Commissioner Williams, you want to make a motion on that?
I don't know what date to ratify it, though.
Whatever date that's on it, I guess.
I don't think I would. The service has already started from July.
How about we just make a motion to approve it, County Attorney Hales, that sounds good?
Well, you're making a motion to ratify something that's already happened,
Okay.
which you can do.
Right. But we don't have to put the date in, is what I'm hearing, correct? Okay, Commissioner Williams, you want to try to tackle that?
I'll make a motion that we ratify the 3G master agreement for the Justice of the Peace Office for 1 year total annual maintenance cost of $6,525.
Okay. Motion has been made by Commissioner Williams. Any other discussion? I'll second that motion to ratify, or anything else, commissioners?
Just got one question, is it annual?
What is that?
$6,525 a year or for 4 years?
Yes, yes.
Per year.
Per year, yes. And we're a lot of in budgets.
Okay,
Okay.
any other questions? We got a motion, we got a second. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? One opposed. We got 3 in favor, 1 opposed. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
Okay, number 13, consider an act on electrical wiring proposal for 1880 historical jail. Guy has been working with us diligently through the Mills County Historical Commission. Guy's gotten some quotes, got a quote in from this Wilson Electric. I was in a meeting with County Attorney Gerald Hill last week with the Mills County Historical Group. We discussed this and we took a vote in of the Mills County Historical Group and approved to accept this contract. Now we're bringing it to the Commissioner's Court. We do have the money funded for the 1888 jail. It's one of the many necessary steps we need to proceed in case we ever use this for an office or something. And again, this is the electrical work. Guy, did I leave anything out? With Welding Electric.
Yeah, it's Wilson Electric.
You might go into a little more details on the electrical work.
Yeah, this is the same company that came and put in the disconnect when we installed the mini split out the 1888 jail. Also, this upgrade is going to include conduit. That's why it's $13,341 to rewire the entire building. From the panel is updated. I mean, the panel's already within code, it's upgraded, so they're gonna rewire from the panel on and put it all in conduit. And this is it's a fair price in my opinion, but
And again, I'll add to, we do need a licensed company doing all this work. Guy did not feel comfortable trying to do anything.
well, for insurance purposes, for TAC, anytime that there's a new, I can go out here and change floodlights, I can go out here and work on fixtures and stuff like that. But anytime you're running a branch circuit, adding a branch circuit from a panel, then it has to be by a licensed electrician as far to be covered by TAC insurance and all of that. So we don't have any building codes or anything, but insurance purposes.
I might just add that the guy reached out to some other electricians and none of the local ones were interested in doing it. And this is basically the only offer that you've got for this job. And that this is going to include the wiring and the conduit, switches and plugs. It does not include light fixtures, which are going to be another.
Yeah, I'll be installed. I'm gonna, the Mills County Historic Commission authorized me to go ahead and go through and find some light fixtures that are time era. I can install those, so save the county money on that. The only other person, I'll go ahead and put this for the Commissioner's Court, Josh Reiner, he specifically said I'm not gonna put in a bid if I don't get the job. He's got plenty of work and he didn't have the time to come up and put in the time for the bid. So those are the ones that I reached out to. Also, I contacted Weldon Wilson and told them it's going before Commissioners Court this morning. And they said if it's approved, they can get started immediately. So we get this done.
There's a history.
This what?
Who's funding?
So we allotted $50,000 for the 1888 jail, which also includes outside mortar work and whatnot. So it's in the budget we approved last year.
I have a problem with running if their conduit, if the conduit's gonna be exposed.
Well, the other option would be to put it in decorative molding, which you would end up putting, yeah, like this stuff here, but you're gonna end up with more junction boxes on the ceilings. So for the aesthetic value in the historic building, it would be more aesthetically pleasing to put a conduit, paint the conduit. There's only gonna be like one or two coming down the walls, and that leaves just one junction box for the light. Everything will be running through one.
That's already in there. There's
Yeah,
already-
those are already in there,
They're
so,
already running.
right now, what you got in there, you got bare Romex wire running down these walls, so.
The Romex is not used anymore, right?
Well, Romex is for inside a wall. It's not in code. It's not supposed to be a Romex outside the wall like that. So it's got to be replaced. You can't get inside the wall. The only other option would be to come up through the floor and the crawl spaces like this. And we'd be having to cut up access places in the floor all over. And that's just a historic floor. And well, it's a historic floor and you can't just cut a whole bunch of accesses in it. And the floor has already been redone too, so.
Does a historical commission require a licensed electrician?
Well, I think as a matter of fact, that anything the county does needs to be up to code, needs to be done with a licensed person, whatever it is, whether it's electrician or whatever, but because of obvious liability issues. So, I think we're stuck with that. I think we would have to get somebody licensed to do it.
And they've done previous work for us too. I think they're a good company, right, Guy?
They have. Yeah, I trust them to do it.
We keep hearing, is our ultimate goal, and we just keep doing stuff, but we've never really said what the ultimate goal of the jail is.
Well, once we get the electrical done, then the only thing left to do is to run communication, which, internet or whatever. And then on the outside, you can, redo the mortar, the stonework out there. And I believe, I hope I'm not wrong, but I believe we'll have enough money left over to take the mortar work all the way up to that first, to the story, to where that moisture barrier is, so that the entire first floor, it's ready for occupancy should the court decide to use it. Put an office or whatever else plans y'all have for it, but it'll be functional.
My discussion with the new county attorney who'll be in here January the 1st, he had said specifically what he wants. I gave him two options, the 1888 jail or the downstairs basement. So he will probably be in one of those two buildings, either one.
Commissioner's office.
I would still think it would benefit the county greatly if that building can be left open during working hours for historic. But
Well, if that's,
we're going a different direction, because you don't need to do all of this to something that people want to walk in and see how it was.
mhm. You're still gonna need light fixtures. You're still gonna need electrical outlets. Even if you put a kiosk in there with something, some sort of image processor, be it a computer or whatever, that can run through the history or whatever, just something where they can do stuff. But you're gonna need electrical out there. It's just like you got a bathroom and now you're gonna need plumbing. Regardless of what you use the building for. From what I've seen at other jails that have been remodeled, they're doing the same thing. I mean, it's still gonna have what's that one over Marble Falls? They've just restored theirs. It's 1880 something jail. And actually the county paid to have the whole thing done, and they did the work themselves on a lot of it. But it's the same thing. They still did the electrical, the plumbing, all of that, for tourists. So regardless of what you use the building for.
Have a little money, like.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But, regardless of what you use the building for, it's gotta be functional with electrical and plumbing, I'm sure.
Well, it just seems to me like we hadn't really discussed that, everything we've done, setting that doors off the space.
Or we haven't decided anything for sure. I mean, that's a commissioner's court deal. I mean,
Yeah,
if you want to do a tourist venue or something, whatever you want to do, we'll sure talk
We're
about
just,
it.
yeah, so far, all I've been done is since I've been managing this project is restoration. And the restoration includes what is there now. There's electrical in there now. We're replacing it, bringing up the code. You got Romex running down the walls. It's not within code. That has to be, we have to fix that. We have national electrical code.
And Commissioner Porter, we sure discuss this at a later date.
I don't remember, we've discussed it before, it just seems like what we're doing to the building is not for somebody walking in and seeing what it was during the day. I mean, we put the CPAC bill, they didn't have, they might have a little space heater in there, but they with no air conditioning, so it just needs to be clear what the end intent is for that building. As far as I'm concerned.
It's my guy's job. It's my guy's job to decide that.
Yeah, I just do what I'm told.
I
That's
mean,
what's
before, we really, we.
But, and one thing,
Agenda.
we can put on the agenda to discuss what we want to, again, if we do like for a tourist visitation deal, you gotta have someone in there probably. I don't know. You don't think we do? Well, I mean, there's issues, that staircase going up there.
Yeah, and all of this will be for the court to decide. Like I said, right now, all I'm doing is I've been asked to head up a project to restore the building. And these are the things that, if you're gonna restore the building, these are the things that need to be done.
Okay.
I make a motion that we approve the Wilson Electric proposal bill for $13,341 for the 1888 historical jail.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Williams to approve the 1888 wiring proposal. I'll second that motion. Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving the Welding and Wilson for the electrical bid for the 1888 jail, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we got 3, 4, 1 opposed.
Just for the record, that jail was functional all the way up into the 1970s. So. there it is.
In the commission report.
My name ain't on there.
Okay, thank you, Guy. Good report. Okay, number 14, we're going to consider going into a closed session to discuss human resources medical issue according to Texas Government Code 551.00. So I'll make a motion that we go into executive session as of 9:58 a.m.
And we need to also include inviting Summer and.
Yeah, oh, excuse me, also include the meeting to our county attorney Gerald Hill, county treasurer Summer, county agent extension person Tom Guthrie. Okay,
I'll second your motion.
okay, motion been made by me going executive session, and second by Commissioner Williams. All those in favor of going executive session, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. So we will go in executive session as of 10:58.
Did the second
Yeah. Okay, sorry. And they did, we didn't have results. Okay. They had to do a birth certificate. They had to do a breast meat. Okay. But he was back home. So, well, good, we're taking some food.
None of that. You still have a workshop to go, Commissioner Parton.
You what?
I said, no yawning, you still have a workshop to go.
Was wild.
Okay, commissioners, are we ready to resume? Ready? Okay, we're back from executive session. We will resume our regular commissioners court meeting. The time is 10:19 a.m. on February the 12th. And we're going to be at number 15, consider an act on a budget amendment. And I'm going to make a motion that we do an emergency budget amendment and authorization to hire an additional temporary employee with a budget transfer of $15,818.20.
Second it.
Sonia, did you get everything there?
I need that number again.
Yeah, the number again is $15,818.20. Do I need to read the motion again or anything? Okay, I made the motion.
In the treasurer's office and to assist the treasurer and the county agent,
Okay.
the temporary employee.
The temporary employee will assist the county treasurer and county agent. Does that sound good, County Attorney Hill?
I like.
Okay, County Attorney Hill likes it. Sonia, do you like it? Okay, I made a motion. Commissioner Wright has seconded. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Motion carries, the budget amendment carries. All right, number 16. Consider an act on the Fellows Paper Shredder model number CRC 33225 as scrap. This has been in the judge's office for a long, long time. Kurt Crowe, maybe Judge Crowe, yours may be there your day. I finally told Mr. Guy Burns, let's get rid of this because it doesn't work.
Make it sound like I'm old.
It's not an antique. And it hadn't worked in a long time, and when guys started taking this thing out, it leaked oil all down the hallways, the elevator shaft, everywhere. So Guy then spent about an hour cleaning up. So it's definitely scrap, commissioners. So I'll make a motion that we declare the paper shredder as scrap.
Second it.
I made a motion, second by Commissioner Wright. All those in favor of declaring this as scrap, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Number 17, Commissioners' requests and reports. Commissioner Wright, go ahead.
We've been blading county roads. We've got the crusher over at Moore's shop and started to try to figure out what's going on with it. We placed 3 10 horns on County Road 319. That's all I have.
Okay, thanks, Commissioner Parton.
I've been blading some roads, hauling some dirt on 108, which is out around Lake Mary. Hadn't been there this morning, I'm sure I don't want to go. Right in mess, but, basically that. Trying to stay busy with it wet.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have, isn't it? Okay, Commissioner Williams.
Kind of like everybody else, we're blading roads while we had the moisture, and yeah, they're pretty messy this morning. Lots of roads. I was out up past on Highway 45 in Ebony last week blading. We also worked on County Road 538 hauling material from Danny Cox's pit, trying to fix a road that is just deteriorated completely in the last few rains. Also did some maintenance on the haul truck and trailer, the KW and tires, and then the CPS trailer. Safety meeting last week, that we had that the treasurer's office or the HR office put on for us. Working on 2 main road concerns this week, what I call Austin Avenue, which is County Road 531 and 538. We'll be working on trying to get ready for next week we'll be working at the LEC, so trying to get what we can done to get that done. I got a phone call yesterday when it was raining so bad, but I'm gonna not say any names, but one of them, it goes, you gotta take care of the orange spots on the road. That's the gravel on the road out there, out west of town. And then, sorry to be such a burden, but I never had this problem when I lived in Williamson County. Just FYI. That's what we're having to deal with. So.
Hang in there. Okay, anything else, Commissioner Williams? Number 18, County Judge's Report. Numerous items I'll bring up. The courthouse will be closed this following Monday, February 19th for President's Day. Jackie will be out Wednesday through Friday. She's going to be a seminar. As mentioned earlier about some of the pilot programs from Bluebonnet and Pretty Wind, we received their money. So that's good. Numerous meetings last week, including Hill Country Community Action Association, good meeting. They do all the meals programs, the Head Start, et cetera. Numerous meetings still going on with Hill Country Transit. Last meeting, the urban people, meaning Clean, Temple, Coppers Cove, have said they want to leave our district. And it may be a nasty divorce. Lots of meetings are coming up. I don't know what's going to happen with the future of the Hill Country Transit, but we're still in communication. All the rural counties definitely want to stick together. So anyway, I'll be bringing details as I get them on that. Cameras. Guy, I'll start off. So we started redoing our camera system, I guess, Monday of this last week. And we found out towards the end on the job scope, there's some issue with the cameras. Now, the head people running the camera, Goldsmith is our general contractor, basically, right, guy?
General
Project manager is the term. And we discovered in the job scope that they didn't ever have 3 cameras down in the basement. So Friday about lunchtime, I believe when it was, the decision was made to stop doing any more work as of the time. Now, we'd had some issues that we'd gotten through regarding where lines were being run and whatnot, and everything's going good. Goldsmith has a team of 1 or 2 people working on this issue. So, and I've been in communication with Sam Goldsmith. And Guy, have we heard any other news this morning about the cameras?
Nothing.
And regarding the outside cameras, they had the high lift. They brought in the wrong kind of plywood, right?
Yeah, they brought particle board.
They brought particle board in instead of plywood. It cracked. It's putting ruts in the deal. They only did work on 1 camera upstairs outside, but they didn't have the right cabling or something. So they still got to come back and do all the outside cameras and the 3 downstairs, correct?
Yeah, what's on the job scope is the 4 cameras that are left on the outside. I'll finish those up. All the other cameras on the job scope are installed. The 3 cameras in the basement were left off of the job scope. So, with our conference call, Sam Goldsmith, said that he's gonna get with ASAP and figure that out. He mentioned that possibly Goldsmith would finish up the project themselves instead of hiring ASAP to come back and do it. But that's between Goldsmith and the Commissioners Court. I was privy to that information sitting in on a conference call with the judge.
Yes, Guy and I've had several conference calls with Goldsmith, ASAP, whatnot on these cameras.
There's just some material, things that the material that was called for on the job scope was not being caught. David is the project, David Sons is project manager. He appointed Kevin and Randall to fill in for him on site when he couldn't be here. So Randall caught this stuff and pretty much the foreman for ASAP said, yeah, we're gonna have to stop right here because we can't go any further until we get the material that's supposed to have been used. So
we'll be working on that this week, won't we, Guy? Right, so yes.
I'm just for the record, I'm not in the loop on this. I'm assisting wherever I can be of help, but I've never even seen the job scope. I don't know. That's pretty much in Goldsmith's hands. I'm just helping out where I can as far as logistics and making sure that the lawn didn't get torn up. It's just like I told the guys when they put that particle board in, I said, yeah, this isn't working, guys. And I said, you can either go get plywood, which they said they only had a certain amount of money. I said, you either go get plywood or I'm gonna file an insurance claim when y'all get done, and your company's gonna pay for it. They won't go plywood. So,
But anyway, we'll keep everybody posted, what's going on.
yeah, I think it's, it should be done. It's
Ongoing job, hopefully we'll get it done. And, the only thing else I have, good luck to our Lady Go Ahead Eagles, they play in Comfort tonight. I think there's a send off at 2 or 2:30 PM, so you may be hearing sirens through town. And the only thing else I got, we do have a workshop following our meeting. So that's all I've got. Number 19, adjournment. You all make a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion, move adjourned.
Commissioner Rob made a motion, I'll second. All those